Alrighty, good afternoon and welcome to the start of the Zelda block here at Power Up with Pride. We are starting off with the Legend of Zelda item randomizer between RaikouRider, PanzerDave, TheSeawolf1, and Skybilz. Good afternoon, everyone. This is LOZ Cards Fan 23, along with my commentator partner and the creator of the Legend of Zelda item randomizer, Tetra Lee. Tetra, pleasure doing this race with you today.
Oh, pleasure is always lost. It's great to be here for a great cause, and we're going to be getting started fairly soon. As you can see, all four of the runners have the same seat up with the same code, and I think we're pretty much ready to begin with the countdown.
Absolutely. And Tetra Lee, this is a spin-off of Fred Coughlin's randomizer program. So Tetra, why don't you go over this with us? What are we going to expect?
Sure. So this is a little bit different than the other Zelda randomizer that's been featured at previous Power Up with Prides, in that it's not going to randomize quite as many aspects of the game, primarily, as you might have guessed by the name, the items. So in a lot of ways, it's similar to the Link to the Past randomizer that we'll be seeing later in the marathon, where primarily what's being shuffled around are the items itself among various dungeons, overworld locations, caves, shops. And also there'll be some interesting features like having progressive upgrades that aren't in the main Zelda 1 randomizer. All four of these runners have had a lot of experience doing practice rounds for the seed, so they're not as practiced about item randomizer, but I think this still should be a really great match. All four of them have a lot of experience with Zelda 1, and I'm really excited to see what winds up happening.
Absolutely, Tetra. An emphasis on knowing which rooms in all 9 levels are those important drop rooms, because you just never know. It could be the middle of nowhere, a room that you never ever think about visiting that could have that all-important arrow progression.
Yeah, and especially with the 2 arrows that you need in order to get the silver arrows, which are required to beat the game, they can be pretty much anywhere within the game. So it's a lot like, for those of you familiar with Link to the Past randomizer, the ice rod, where it could be pretty much anywhere in the game with few exceptions. That's the case here. So depending on where those arrows are, it could be a jet seed, it could be a longer seed. So either way, get comfortable, and we'll see what this seed is like.
Yeah, it should be a very exciting competition. We have 4 exceptional runners here, and you know that Zelda game, you know that vanilla game, but it's all going to come down to who can find the drops first. Now, big question, Tetra. Is the sword accessible at the start, or are they going to have to look for it just like Link to the Past random?
Yes, the sword is going to be accessible at its vanilla cave. However, there is going to be a little bit of a surprise when you get to caves and other places where you'll see the old man saying text. There's been a couple of, shall we say, queer customizations for the Power Up with Pride marathon. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Ready to count down, Laws?
Ready to count down indeed.
All right.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Okay, looks like everyone's getting started. So everyone, welcome to the Queering of Zelda. This is going to be a little bit of fun, some fun messages from the old man that you will see. Or is it old man? Maybe maybe they use different pronouns. We'll have to wait and find out.
It looks like we have a complete divergence of paths from all 4 runners here. It looks like PanzerDave might be thinking about starting with level 3 first, just like the world record route. Raikou going to start off by going towards the fairy fountain. Looks like Seawolf is going to be heading for level 1, as is Skybilz.
Yeah, interesting divergence. You always go to levels 1, 2, or 3 to start with, because those are what you have the equipment with. Ooh, the book in level 3. Dave is not going to want to pick that up.
No.
But yeah, it looks like Raikou is going to first and found a shop that's selling the ladder.
And a heart
Fortunately,
container.
yeah.
Nice.
Now, it's an expensive store, but fortunately, all profits from the sales will be donated to Power Up with Pride. So at least the proceeds will be going to a good cause.
Absolutely. So yeah, you need 130 rupees to get that all-important ladder. 80 rupees if you want an extra heart container. So yeah, normally you see that ladder in level 4, and look at we have a take any cave. It's a red potion, or is it going to be a key? Raiku's going to pick up the red potion.
Now, it looks like the folks who went to level 1 for Sky and Seawolf are rewarded with the, actually both the wand and the recorder. So those are going to be great items to start with.
Oh,
Raikou,
huge.
unfortunately, taking a death there.
Back to start he goes, and that is something you don't want to be doing early on here, as Panzer's going to continue to explore level 3. Oh my god, Link, you look fabulous today. I love your hair.
Yeah. Except even though Link has very nice hair, the Keys didn't agree, and it's going to send Dave right back to the start of level 3.
Ooh, and Seawolf going to get the first Triforce of the match here from that Stalfos, and we'll see if Seawolf decides to go back in there, because again, there could be more than just those 2 items here in level 1. He is going to opt out.
That's correct. It looks like Raiku's now going to go into level 1 and will be rewarded as well. I don't know where Seawolf is going. Probably towards level 2 in the eastern part of Hyrule.
And then we see Raikou getting that to wand right now. Neither of these players have hit up the staircase yet, though. I'll wonder what that staircase item be. It could be anything. It could be bombs. It could be arrows. You never know what could be behind those staircase. And there's a 5 rupee for Raikou.
Now, you see Dave going through level 3. Now, a strategy used by a lot of the more experienced runners is to go to level 3 first as opposed to level 2 or level 1. And in Randomizer, that can be sort of more hit or miss. You never know exactly what's going to be where, particularly with the level 1. We have Happy Holidays on Seawolf's side.
Yeah, Seawolf getting a free key, normally where you get the letter. PanzerDave finds the staircase here in level 3. Let's see what's behind there. We have a heart container.
Yep.
Now Raikou heading for that same level 3.
Yeah, it looks like according to the compass, that's where the Triforce is going to be. So Dave should be able to tie the Triforce count very quickly there.
And Seawolf getting the 100 rupee secret on the northeast side of Hyrule. PanzerDave getting the Triforce out of level 3. Now, Skybilz also opted not to go for the staircase items, so we'll see if that comes into play for any of these runners today.
Yeah, that's right. Also, with both heart containers and ladders costing money at the store, though you might see a lot of them go to find the secrets from the moblins. We have a take any. Gender is not binary, but this choice is, because unfortunately you do only get 2 choices at a take any cave.
Correct. Seawolf opting for the key instead of the red potion. We have all hail the wooden boomerang that Skybilz will go ahead and pick up. Panzer having a little bit of trouble with Troll Handler here, but gets the final shot on him. Nice kill.
Yeah, now the boomerangs are a little bit of an exception when it comes to progressive upgrades, because what's, at least according to the game, is the upgraded boomerang, the magical one, is actually known by a lot of folks in the community as the inferior model because it takes longer to return. So as a result, getting a second boomerang actually is a
look at this. Skybilz finding the wooden arrows, so she's halfway home to getting the arrows she needs to kill Ganon.
Yeah, having that wand in level 2 definitely makes that combat a lot easier. And we see both her and Seawolf taking a pretty similar path towards the bottom. Raiku's going to go back into level 3. It'll be interesting to see where Dave is going now.
Yeah, look at the price of bombs. Hey, Brookie, look away. Those are some expensive bombs. Octuple the normal price. Yikes, look away.
But they're for such a good cause. Well, I guess there's still a lot of rubies there.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't think we're going to see these players purchase bombs anytime soon. They're just going to have to force up that count there. Raikou getting a key here where you normally get a key in this reverse C room.
Yeah, now keys can definitely be a tricky resource to manage because even though there's a lot of keys in the game, if you don't get lucky as to their location, you can wind up being locked out of dungeons. So sometimes we've seen races decided based on how runners manage their keys. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Absolutely, because again, you're going to need more keys than you normally do when you do the vanilla speedrun of this game, because there's a lot of locked doors you never go through, and Seawolf will pick up the map here in level 2. But look at this, Sky finding the any key, so any problems she was going to have with keys for these dungeons, that's now a thing of the past.
Oh, looks like the old man is using they and them pronouns, so I wanted to make sure everyone is aware of that to use the correct pronouns.
Ooh. And Raikou getting troll handlaw. All of his bomb shots missed the final segment, and he unfortunately is going to take a death. Back to start he goes. Yikes.
Ouch.
Panzer getting his recorder out of level 1, and Sky going to take her shot here against the Troll Dongo. Nice shot. Going to get the heart container here. Let's see what's behind the Triforce room. Oh, the Triforce is here.
Oh.
Chat, you know what to do about that.
Do we have time to read some donations here?
All right, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
So we have a couple donations to get through here. We've got a $52 donation from Sugarmeowth, who says, "Hey everyone, thank you for running such a great event. I wish I hadn't been at work for 90% of it, but I'm glad I can watch some of this Zelda block. Keep up the amazing work." We also have $10 from He Who Is Pale. "New sprites, hype emote, hype emote, hype emote." And finally, we have $100 from Some Egrets with no comment. And with that, we have met the new sprite incentive for Link to the Past Randomizer.
Awesome.
Yay, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what those sprites are.
I know, I'm so excited.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Laz.
By the way, Tetra, if you thought those 160 rupee bombs were a joke, you ain't seen nothing yet, because while that donation was being read, Raikou peeked into the blue ring shop where it normally is. We have 250 rupee bombs.
Oh my.
So our next goal here on stream is to beat our total from Power Up with Pride 2018, our Summer Pride event. In the summer event, we raised $14,000, 365, and we're at $11,000, 810. Now, I'm not gonna do the math in my head, but that's about $3,000. So, we still got a lot of Zelda block to go. I'm here as your host throughout the end of the Zelda block, and I'm just gonna keep on pushing for that 15K Pan May. Okay. So let's do it. This is a great cause. If somebody in mods wants to put a !charity and !donate in chat, that would be awesome. And let's break our previous record and raise even more money for the Trevor Project.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, thank you so much, Seraph. It's really great to hear all that good news. And 12K Pan May is going to be really, really close away. So let's get those donations in for a really good cause. Meanwhile, looks like the runners are trading positions a little bit. The ones that were in level 3 first are now going into level 2 and vice versa. Looks like you might have Dave actually, or Skybilz rather, going up to level 5, it looks like. So that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully she can make some progress there. And Seawolf picking up the Triforce in level 3, getting first one with Triforces from levels 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, Skybilz going into level 5 with just 4 hearts and, of course, no ring, but knowing her combat abilities in the randomizer runs shouldn't be too much of a problem for her, unless, of course, the Room of Requirement has something to say about that.
Exactly. Now she's going straight into the bunny hop room here. It'll be interesting to see what she can do. Unfortunately, without the ladder, it's going to have a little bit of trouble progressing to the northern part of level 5, but she'll at least be able to check some of the rooms here.
And don't forget, she's got 200 rupees to her name, so she can afford that ladder if she decides to make that purchase at this time. Now, while we were talking about the donations here, I wanted to point out that PanzerDave did decide to explore the rest of level 1. And remember, Seawolf and Skybilz gambled on that staircase. Turns out it's a great gamble because all that was there was a compass.
Yeah, okay. We also see Seawolf getting his revenge on that manhandler there. It's really interesting to see how runners can just take a seed in such divergent ways. But we'll see whose route winds up paying off. Right now, they're still in the early game and plenty of more items to find.
Yeah, RaikouRider going to find his magical key right here. Pick that up. So 3 of our 4 runners in this race here have found the ending key. Of course, PanzerDave has not peaked into level 2 just yet.
While we have a little bit of a lull in the action, wanted to also mention a couple of the other features of the randomizer that I built in. One, for the benefit of folks who are not as skilled as combat as some of these runners, is a ability to, in the logic, make sure that the game is never going to put runners in a difficult combat situation where they'd be expected to battle against like blue wizrobes or blue darknuts, some of the toughest enemies in the game, without having at least some offensive and defensive upgrades. So part of the reason why I created this randomizer was to make it a lot more accessible to newcomers to the game, in addition to the ones who are running it competitively.
Sky gonna take her crack at the room of requirement here. By the way, while you were mentioning that, we did have a ladder purchase on Seawolf's side, and also the power bracelet is an item in level 5 that Sky has.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. This power bracelet isn't as useful in item randomizer as it is with some other randomizer settings, but being able to warp between various points in the game quickly can be really, really useful.
Wow, what a flawless room of requirement there by Skybilz, and gets a heart container out of that, so she'll be moved up to 5 hearts.
Yep. Yeah, that room of requirement there is both Laws and I can attest to is definitely a make or break in a lot of vanilla runs. So it's good to see her just make that room look easy, much easier than it is.
We did find out what the ladder item on the coast was, and it's just a normal key, which is going to be picked up by PanzerDave.
Now, Dave hasn't gotten the any key yet, so I guess he hasn't been to level 2, but he's going to use a wrapping clipping trick in order to basically go around the screen and then head into the forest over the water. Kind of cool how that works.
Sky checking the vanilla white sword cave and finds one of her favorite items, the paper.
Yeah, she always likes to say, "Hey guys, I got paper."
Exactly.
When racing.
All right, so find a potion shop. You can buy some potions, and never know, it could always come in handy when we get to level 9.
Yeah. Now it looks like Seawolf's going to be going to the White Sword Cave or level 5, but with the ladder. So he'll actually be able to progress a little bit further in level 5. So we'll have to see if that unlocks some of the secrets of the seed.
Dave is now in level 2, so he's going to find his arrows and his any key and his wooden boomerang. And guess what, TG? If you're watching, you know who you're not rooting for, because Dave ignored it.
Exactly. Skybilz also walking right around that book. The book is a little bit of an interesting item because it actually is a downgrade because it makes the wand less useful by spitting out fire. It makes it less useful as a melee weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. Unlike the randomizer, where the book has acted as an atlas and a translation guide for Hylians, this is the vanilla game, so the book, very useless unless you like a challenge.
Looks like Raikou's also going to be checking the coast spot, but will be disappointed since he already has the any key, and that key won't be of much use to him.
Now, Seawolf is in level 5, and unlike Skybilz, he's going to have the ladder to negotiate the rest of this dungeon, and we'll see if this comes back into play. Now, Sky didn't get the Triforce out of level 5, so potentially it is behind that second half.
Yeah, that's actually pretty likely since I think Sky checked all that she could without having that
but
ladder.
look at this. Sky finding a blue ring here in level 3. That's going to double her defense.
Ooh, nice. Jewelry.
Yep.
Now, it's worth noting that due to an issue with the game, it won't actually instantly change your tunic color when you pick up a ring like it does. But if you do up A and save, it will update that tunic color.
Yep, so she did an up A continue, so that's why it still looks like she does not have a ring, but in fact she does have the double defense at this time. I wonder if the other runners picked that up, because I didn't see that blue ring. That's a pretty good find there.
Looks like Dave did. The issue just might be that it didn't immediately change their spray color.
Right, so both, it looks like, at least to our knowledge, Dave and Skybilz both have the blue ring. So the next ring they find will be, of course, the red ring that will double their defense one more time.
Yep, looks like Dave is going to pick up his any key. And at this point, I would... Oh,
so
go ahead, Lots.
Power bracelet was behind where normally the key would be, one room east of Fort Gibdo.
Ah, I see. So it's interesting. Oh, it looks like TheSeawolf did pick up the book, since you can see the flame shooting out of his wand. So that'll be make combat a little bit more perilous for him.
Especially against Patra coming up in level 9.
Yeah, but hopefully by then they'll have more of a sword upgrade.
Speaking of upgrades, Raikou getting a shield upgrade, those Gibdos in Fort Gibdo having the magical shield. So that's going to reflect the fireballs off of the Zoras, the Wizro beams, the Lionel beams, and those Abimos turret statue beams. But you got to be careful, Tetra. You get swallowed up by a like, you don't break out of it fast enough, you lose that shield.
Yeah, I'm being told by some folks in chat that we might be on the front page. Is that right?
I think that's right. Yes, indeed. We have been on the Twitch front page, so thank you very much for all of your support during this marathon.
Wow,
Much appreciated.
That's really hype.
Here's RaikouRider taking his luck against these blue Darknuts, and he's going to go ahead with the wand strat. He decided to use the traditional vanilla Zelda game strats for a moment, but I'm like, hey, I got to save my bombs for the combat coming. Ooh, gets a fairy drop.
Nice. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like the runners have diverged in terms of how they did levels 1 to 3, but now are kind of converging all together for the most part on level 5.
The only problem is Skybilz is the only runner that does not have the ladder, and of course you need the ladder in order to get to level 4 in addition to the Triforce out of level 5. And there's a candle for TheSeawolf.
Yeah, I think she may just not have checked the shops yet, because from what I know about Skybilz, whenever she sees the ladder, she's always very relieved to find it, and so it wouldn't be like her to pass the ladder by.
Indeed. Well, TheSeawolf is now a room away. Now, the Triforce looks like is just a little bit east of its normal location. It is behind this Gibdo room in the river. So clear all these Gibdos, and you're going to get that Triforce.
All right. Want to stop and pause. Seraph, do you have any updates for us on your side?
Yeah, I'd just like to say hi to everybody on the front page, and I've got a couple donations to read. We've got $40 from Laura and Jamie, no comments, and we have $150 from Meg Attack, who says, "Thanks for making this rando, Tetra, and thanks everyone involved in putting on this event. It's amazing, and I'm so glad it exists." And with that, we have hit 12K.
$12,000. All right.
That's amazing. Thank you. Let's keep it going. We're about, let's see, we need 2,365 to match our previous PB on donations for this event. And
yeah, we can definitely do that.
If you want to get some hype in chat, you can see a lot of people are posting 12K Elder is They and 12K Pan May. So let's get some more hype in chat. Let's clear up some more video games, and let's keep raising money for the Trevor Project.
12K Pan May! Okay, I'm gonna go back to restreaming now. Bye!
12K Elder is They! I'm gonna go back to watching for donations.
And TheSeawolf gets the Triforce out of level 5, so he's got the lead right now in terms of the number of Tringles. So we'll see if he's able to keep that lead, or if these other 3 runners can catch up to him.
Yep, Skybilz is going into the Any Roads and finds that she'll get support no matter which way she goes. So really glad to hear about that. So maybe going back to level 5 now. Meanwhile, Raikou and Dave are both in level 5, found where the Triforce is going to be. TheSeawolf looks like found the raft and is now in level 4.
I did not see where that raft was, but of course you need that raft in order to get to level 4. I said you needed the ladder to get to level 4. The ladder is in level 4 normally, so that's why I got that confused. Whoops!
Yeah, so it looks like Seawolf might actually have a little bit of a lead and edge in this, but still
yeah.
very early on. Anywhere can be. Looks like the raft was in level 5, probably in the back part of
Wow.
level 5.
Boy, we're level 5 having a lot of items. It had the power bracelet, the magical shield, a candle, a raft, just a treasure trove of items in that level 5.
Yeah, and for folks who have played Zelda Randomizer 4, you might not think of the candle being that big of a deal because, oh, I can just buy it in a shop. But actually, in the item randomizer, the candles are scattered around, so you can't actually buy it as easily unless you're lucky and come across it in an item location. So that actually is a big deal for the runners.
And Raikou getting his Triforce out of level 5, but not the raft. So we'll see if that comes back into play as Seawolf is going to tackle this level 4 as if he's playing the vanilla run. Look at the wand going to work against those keys and Vires. Very, very well played there by Seawolf.
Yeah, this is definitely a lucky seed in terms of finding the wand early on for an offensive upgrade. Now, it's going to be interesting to see where the bow and other arrows are because we have not seen them yet, and that is going to be the key to unlocking the rest of the seed.
Wow, look at the placement for that Triforce Tetra in an item room, and Seawolf will get his Triforce. That is his 5th Triforce piece, and by the way, we found out where the raft was. PanzerDave just got it. It's in the Triforce room in level 5.
Got it. And speaking of Triforces in level 5, Panzer just picked up his Triforce in level 5, so we'll probably be figuring he wants to go to level 4 for progression as well. The other place that they could go is level 7 now that they have all the now that they have the recorder, as well as level 8 now that they have a candle to open it up.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, Skybilz is en route to the Triforce right now. This is the room right now, but of course she has to keep going if she wants the raft to get to level 4. Panzer finds the letter and he's going to go ahead and pick it up. Meanwhile, it looks like Raikou might be making a play to level 6, but before he does that, going to check the gravestone here where the magical sword normally would be. Let's see what we're going to have here. Heart container.
Mm-hmm.
And you need 12 hearts to pick it up, so forget it. We're not getting that one.
Yeah, the text on there that says, "Are you queer enough for this?" is actually a reference to how in the game you need a minimum number of heart containers to be able to pick it up. So that's going to be an indication that they won't be able to actually pick up the item yet.
Now I got a question. Notice how there's multiple shops with heart containers. Can you buy the heart container over and over again?
Yep, you definitely can.
Interesting. So you can have 16 hearts without finding all 16 hearts. You just need to have the cash.
That's true. That's capitalism for you, I guess.
It sure is.
Speaking of that, who here hates capitalism?
Right. All right. So Seawolf back into level 4. You're going to try his luck against this two-headed Gleeok as Skybilz gets her Triforce out of level 5. Did she get the raft?
I think so. And also, Seawolf just got from Gleeok a sword upgrade. So now, by getting that second sword, he now has the white sword, the level 2 weapon.
Very nice. So that's going to double his attack power. So the next sword he finds, wherever it might be, would be the magical sword. And that's going to double his attack power one more time. So Seawolf right now, definitely in a good position at this point of the race.
Yeah, now where is Seawolf whistling to exactly? I'm not sure.
Towards level 2. He's probably going for level 8 next.
Ooh, a bold strategy.
Very bold indeed, because he's only got 6 hearts, and of course he got those blue dart nuts that do 2 hearts of damage. Of course, he's got the white sword, he's got the wand, but this is kind of bordering on low percent strats here for Seawolf, so we'll see how he does with just his 6 hearts. He may not even go for those rooms anyway. He may just check the bottom parts.
Meanwhile, RaikouRider found the meat in a store over by level 1 and level 4. Seawolf finds an immediate Triforce in level 8, so it'll be interesting to see whether he goes back and digs for items in level 8 or goes on elsewhere. No, he's going back.
He's going to go back. He could have hit the Gamble Mag 9000 and banked that neither the bow nor the other arrows were in level 8, but nope, he's going to do some more exploring here, and you kind of can't blame him. He's got a staircase to check. It could have something. PanzerDave sees the Triforce, not going to pick it up just yet.
Yeah, that's probably a wise strategy. Level 4 is very linear, so if you had to go all the way up to Gliok again, that would be a lot of backtracking. So I think he's trying to cut his losses. Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, Seawolf only finds a key behind where the book normally is in level 8, so he's going to have to look elsewhere. Now, this is a drop here where this troll handle is. He looks like he's going to go after him.
Yep.
And bombs. Normal drop.
And speaking of level 8, he's just about to be joined by RaikouRider, who's also going to go through level 8.
Ooh, very interesting. Gonna have a little more health, though. 8 hearts maximum for Raikou, so gonna have a little bit of an advantage on that, but gonna have to be careful here because I don't know if either of these runners have picked up the blue ring because I see that they have the normal sprites. I'm guessing they did not at this point, so you get bopped by a blue Dark Knight, you're gonna lose 2 hearts.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. It's on my list of things to fix, but I was a little bit busy having fun with some of the text messages in the game ahead of time. So
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Skybilz picking up the Triforce here in level 4. Raikou picking up the Triforce here in level 8. That's going to be his 5th Triforce piece. Sky also has 5 Triforce pieces, but Seawolf in the lead right now with 6.
So as the runners go through levels 4 and 8, I want to ask Sarah, do you have anything else for us while we're waiting? Well, we can talk about the game a little bit more in the meantime. Looks like Raikou may be giving up on level 8, or at least putting it aside and not going back. It'll be interesting to see where he goes next.
So very interesting. Raikou hitting the Gamblematic 9000 on level 8. Seawolf not. So this could give Raikou a chance to pick up some time on Seawolf if we see nothing of value here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I do
no,
actually
Gam-
have... Sorry,
sorry,
Petra.
go ahead.
I do actually have a couple donations. I was just dealing with some mic issues there. We have $20 from Starlit Ghost, who says, 12K, I'm gay. Hi, gay, I'm parent. We have $3.10 from A Silent Harmony, who says, this should bring me to an even $30. This is the first Power Up with Pride I've caught. It's been such a blast. Stay Power U2 comfy, everyone. Can we get some Power U2 comfies in chat, please?
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your donations. Hi, Gay. Actually, I had a question in chat from GS Cookie asking, is this open source? And if so, how can I contribute?
Well, look at that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tatra, but look at that Rue quarter strat that PanzerDave just pulled off.
Oh, I totally missed that. Awesome. I was just going to say it actually is open source, and I will post a link in chat to it later. And let's see, it looks like, oh, Seawolf finding out there are fairies where secrets don't live. See what I did there?
Nice.
I get it. Hold on, I have a perfect note for this. I just gotta wait for stream delay. That's probably roughly where we are. Got it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We also have $7.05 from Dorkmaster Fleck, who says round numbers hype. And I'd like to remind everyone that we are raising money here for the Trevor Project. I'm going to read a quick blurb about the Trevor Project for those of you on the front page who might not have heard of it before. I just gotta find my blurb, which seems to have disappeared. Stall for time, quick! No, it's fine.
Looks like Seawolf not finding anything behind the 4-headed Gliok or the Triforce room here in level 8, but Raikou is going to find his blue ring, doubling his defense.
Yeah, now Seawolf is going to be taking care of what we call the Blue Lagoons. And Laws, why do we call them Blue Lagoons?
Because the Blue Lagoons, you have a lot of blue Dark Nuts, you have these Beamos turret statues firing at you. Combine all that, it makes the roofs go very slowly.
Yes, I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Yes, it lags the room, and no, it's not your emulator acting up. No, it's not your CPU acting up. No, it's not your TV. That is the game lagging it.
Okay, I finally found my little blurb on the Trevor Project. Sorry about that technical issue there. The Trevor Project is the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. The organization works to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time. Their 24/7 phone lifeline, chat, text, and soon-to-come integrations with social media platforms. They also run Trevor Space, the world's largest safe space social networking site for LGBTQ youth, and they operate innovative education, research, and advocacy programs. So if you would like to donate to the Trevor Project, we're going to put a donate link in chat, and we're currently trying to beat our previous PB of $14,365 raised. We raised that at our summer event, and we're about $2,255 from that right now. So I believe we can do this. We still have the rest of the Zelda block to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know how they say, like, the PB is virtually free? Well, it's a little bit not quite free, but still totally doable. I think we can definitely do it.
By the way, Seraph, I'm proud of you. You got the math right.
I was like mad crunching those numbers live as I was trying to say it. I'm like, I don't even have this math done yet. I should stop talking, but hey, I did it.
All right. Well, it looks like Seawolf didn't find anything here in level 8, so all these runners except for Panzer is in level 8 right now. Panzer's in level 6, so looks like he's doing it in sequential order here, but getting bodied by the orange wizards there, taking 2 hearts of damage.
Now, it's worth noting, none of the runners, I believe, have been in level 7 yet, even though Raikou has the meat for being able to take care of the back part of level 7. So there are a lot of rooms in 7 with drops, so it could very well be that's where some of their progression is going to be.
Go figure. Hey, it's Randomizer, level 7, 33 rooms of pure chaos. Tends to be the difference more often than not.
Oh!
But the wizards nail PanzerDave. Beams to the back to start he goes.
Oh, and that was too bad. He was just about to get an item down there.
Yeah, that was the magical breakfast room that would have given him the... that's where the wand normally is in the vanilla game, so tough break.
Right, exactly.
We all forget about the wand because you never see it unless you do 100%.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of actually rooms in this game that I never really went into or spent much time in at all until I programmed the item randomizer. So it's cool to have an excuse to really check out more of the game in detail.
And of course you have that blue Goma. Now, none of these runners have found the bow yet, and you take 3 wooden arrows to take down a blue Goma, so none of these runners can make the progression to that particular room.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be needing both the bow and the second wood arrows, which would upgrade their arrows to silvers, in order to be able to take down Ganon. Love the wizard emotes in chat. That's one of my favorites as well.
And now Seawolf making his play into level 6. Raikou still in level 8, but PanzerDave getting nailed again by the wizards in the magical breakfast room 2, and another back to start he goes.
Ugh. Yeah, that's really rough. Wizards, especially blue wizards, are known in this game for being the cause of a lot of words that we won't repeat on stream, but
Right.
Suffice it to say, they're not the most polite ones.
Well, usually blue wizards are not obnoxious because they're blue wizards. Blue wizards, to me, are obnoxious because they're usually accompanied by enemies that I don't like, called bubbles.
Oh, those bubbles, yeah. And they also do a lot of damage. Each beam from a red wizrobe does 4 damage without a ring. So that can be very deadly and add up really, really quickly.
Shh! Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting wed wizwobes.
Ah, okay.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Anyway.
no.
Panzer successful in the wand room this time. Let's see what his reward is going to be. Hello, the other ring. It's going to double his defense one more time. Now the damage down to 1/4 the base value. Very nice find there for Panzer.
Speaking of Wizwobs, Seawolf going down in level 6 again. Youch.
Yeah, this could give a chance for the rest of these runners to catch up here. But Skybilz now going to try her luck against the 4-headed Gliok, but she is not going to find much value. She is going to get bombs at the end, which is definitely going to help her out because she is down to 0 bombs.
Yeah, meanwhile, Raikou is looking at the upper part of level 8. This is another part of the level that you really don't go into except in Randomizer, even 100%, but doesn't look like it's really paying off much for him.
Nope, doesn't look like it. Now, we got to see the rest of this level 6, but PanzerDave down to his last half a heart.
Oh, yikes.
Even with the red ring, that's not enough to save him from that Wizrobe beam. Back to start he goes again.
Ouch. Yeah, if only there were these, locations around Hyrule where you could pick up some liquid that you could drink in order to... And I'm just messing with Dave.
Oh, bombs. No such luck there for Raikou. That's where the any key normally is, but Raikou not happy with that pickup.
Yeah. Seawolf is making use of his potions, dealing with one of the magical breakfast rooms. And, ooh, those Wizrobes, yikes. Meanwhile, it looks like Dave is going to go back and try this yet again.
By the way, are my eyes playing tricks? Did we find the bow? And if so, where is that bow? I never saw it.
I must have missed the bow, too.
I think we all missed it except our tracker here.
Oops.
But to be fair, in my opinion, the bow is probably the most camouflaged item in the game. I always miss it because of the shape of the bow, and it really loves to blend into the tiles.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with an item randomizer where most of the items you just come up on the floor and could just only appear for a second or two before you grab it. It's a lot harder to notice items like that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the bow has been found by all 4 of our runners, it looks like. We have it lit, so wherever it was, it fooled everybody except the tracker.
Now, what I'm really interested to see is which one of the runners will go into level 7 first, because we've seen them all in level 6, level 8, going back and forth between them, but no level 7 yet.
Nobody's gone into level 7, even though everybody has the recorder. And by the way, our tracker for today's race is Sparkover. We thank you very much for your help during this race. Make sure you give her a follow.
Okay. Meanwhile, Dave's in the back half of 6 taking care of Goma and just finding a map. I think he already knows what level 6 is, so he's just going to nope out of that room. And Seawolf is going to be right there with him shortly.
Based on the indication of what everybody was saying, it looks like the bow had to be in level 8 because people were mentioning that Sky just found it and she had just emerged out of level 8. So it was somewhere in level 8. So that's how Raikou and the others were able to take down the blue Goma. I never saw it.
Yes, thank you so much for all the work you've been doing, keeping track of things, Sparko. Very much appreciated. Oh, Seawolf is in trouble here in the magical breakfast room in 6.
Yeah, remember, he's got no ring to his name. There is a ring in level 6 if he goes after the wand's location. But meanwhile, Raikou going back into level 1.
Oh, interesting. Maybe he gambled on an item there earlier that I lost track of?
Maybe. Nice magical breakfast room there from Seawolf down to his last heart and a half. He survives it, and, well, provided he doesn't get trolled by Wizrobes in the room prior to Goma, he's going to have a shot at clearing this.
Oh, want to also give a shout out to Starisms. They were the one who actually wrote the tracker software that we're using. This is different than the Z Helper software that a lot of folks use to track the other Zelda randomizer. So thank you very much for doing that too, and especially for making the background color customizable so we could make it that nice shade of blue that blends in with the rest of the layout for Power Up with Pride.
I see. Raikou was going back to check that diamond staircase in level 1, and he found that it was a bust. PanzerDave going to invest 90 rupees to purchase the bait, which you'll need to get through level 7. So right now, as it stands, Tetra, these runners are just an arrow away from being in go mode. They'll have everything they need to take down Ganon.
Yeah, that's correct. Although they'll also need to make sure they have all 8 of the Triforce pieces as well.
Well, of course, yes.
But we'll be in go mode as soon as they get that arrow. That's correct.
Yeah, so right now, Seawolf does have the lead in this race. I tell you what, if he has if I'm telling you right now, if the arrows are indeed in level 7, Seawolf could very well be in the catbird seat.
Yep. Now, do keep in mind they could also very easily be in level 9 as well. And there are some very long corridors in level 9 that you don't normally see in a vanilla run, that unless you know well exactly where to look for, that can be tricky as well.
Of course, in the randomizer world, we call level 9 the great equalizer for a reason, and if there is a wild goose chase for the silver arrows in level 9, it's going to be anybody's game. It's whoever makes the right path decision.
That is definitely true. Okay, so Raikou's done with level 1. I wonder where he's going to be going next. Dave and Sky are still in 6 and level 8. Skybilz making good use of her potions in level 6 to get through those Wizrobe rooms.
Oh, absolutely. Not taking any chances there. Don't want to risk getting sent back to start. We've already seen what level 6 can do to these runners. See what's going to pick up this 30 rupee secret here. And I wonder where he's heading toward, because he's now making a beeline to level 7. Oh, he looks like he's going to check some shops here first. Oh, purchasing the bait. That's what Seawolf needed. He hadn't gotten the meat yet.
Ah, that makes sense.
So Seawolf now has everything he needs to make that play to go to level 7.
Yeah, and it looks like that's where Raikou is going as well.
Absolutely. As Skybilz finds the map here in level 6, but that is definitely not what she had in mind. And yes, RaikouRider will be the first one to get into level 7, but Seawolf not going to be too far behind.
That's true. Now, how many rooms are there in level 7 again, Laz?
33 rooms of pure torture.
Ah, right.
You just
Not that you've counted or anything.
You just wanted to hear me say it again, didn't you, Tetra?
You know, I would have said it myself, but I like it. I like you saying it so much better.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. So, level 7, you never know where that Triforce is going to be, or maybe those silver arrows are here, but Raikou's going to blow that recorder to take care of this Dig Dogger here, just the one segment. This is a Dig Dogger you normally don't see in level 7, but it is a drop room, and Raikou knows it, so let's see if he's able to take down that Dig Dogger and just a key.
Oh, nothing exciting there. Oh, but next door is the Triforce.
Ooh, so a fast Triforce here in level 7, and decisions are going to have to be made by these runners here, particularly Seawolf. But of course, he's got the bait. I gotta believe he's gonna take that gamble here, or he's gonna go. He would delve back into level 7, and Raikou's gonna delve back into level 7 himself.
Yeah, gambling on the arrows being in level 9 are different in item randomizer than than Fred's randomizer, just because given how many rooms in level 7 have items in it, you may not actually be more likely to find them in 9 than in 7.
Now, I believe Skybilz did find the red ring here in level 6, so I believe her defense has doubled one more time.
And it looks like Seawolf is going back in to dig level 7 a little bit more. Can't hardly blame him at all for that.
No, he'd rather dig level 7 than dig level 9. So at this point, again, I think Seawolf has the advantage right now, but anything can happen in level 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Seawolf is the first of the bunch to get all 8 Triforces and eligible to enter level 9.
But however, there is one thing I must mention it, Tetra. There is one thing that is working against Seawolf, and that is the fact that he has no rings.
Yeah. I mean, I did see him use potions before, so he may wisely pick up a potion before going into level 9.
Oh, right, you are, Tetra.
Oh, and look, it looks like, glitter bombs for everyone.
Yep, the standard 100 rupee bomb upgrade will get you 4 extra bombs. That's a cute message there, Tetra.
Unfortunately, Seawolf didn't have quite enough money for glitter bombs.
Yeah, not even close, unfortunately. A Skybilz picks up the Triforce in level 6, so she now has to go into level 7, get that Triforce to be eligible to get to level 9 herself.
Exactly. So Sky's probably going to be looking for that meat before going into level 7, or she might actually decide to dive in without the meat. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if she gambles, it could be the correct gamble for her, and it could be the gamble that could enable her to pass Seawolf, because right now, she's in second place.
That's true. That is true. A good point, because the Triforce in level 7 isn't meat blocked, is it?
Correct. And if the silver arrows are not in level 7, and Skybilz decides to hit the Gamble-matic 9000, she could catch up and conceivably win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dave looks like he's picking up his Triforce from level 8. Be interesting to see where he goes next. Raikou's now in the upper part of level 7. Meanwhile, it looks like Seawolf is clearing out the room right below the meat room.
And you find that the map is 2 rooms south of the map where the map normally is.
Yeah. Now, interesting how the Hungry Gorilla is actually a vegan in this version, and didn't want meat.
Oh, look at this!
Oh,
the arrows!
Oh, that's what we were looking for. So Seawolf is now in go mode.
Yep. Seawolf has the advantage. The bait is required to beat this seed, and that is bad news for Skybilz.
Now, what Seawolf doesn't have going in his favor is the combat or defense advantage, rather, in that he doesn't have as many heart containers or the rings that the other runners do. So combat could be an issue with him in Wizrobe infested level 9. So don't count the others out yet.
Item where the red candle normally is a sword upgrade for Raikou, and Raikou never found the sword upgrade in level 4, so that's his first sword upgrade. So a potential shot at the magical sword for our other runners if they dig out the red candle's location.
Yeah, I don't see any of the other ones going, or I don't see Raikou rather going back to level 4 at this point, unless he has a really good reason to do so.
So Seawolf is about to enter level 9, and he is going to need to get 8 hits in order to kill Ganon. And you look at his health, his maximum heart capacity is 7 hearts. We all know that a Hyrule driver is going to cost him 4 hearts, so his combat is going to have to be in tip-top shape if he wants to hold on to that lead.
Actually, I think I realize what happened to Raikou. It looks like, according to the tracker, he actually never got that raft in level 5, so he might not have been to level 4 yet.
Oh, that would make the most sense, and you need to have that raft to get into level 4, but Seawolf is about to bomb the location of level 9. Great dodges of those Lionel beams, and he will be the first to enter level 9 at just under 50 minutes.
Yep. Skybilz just picked up her Triforce from level 7, and that would be her last Triforce, I think.
You are correct about that. So now I don't know if she's got the bait, but again, you're going to need the bait in order to get the silver arrows out of level 7. So Seawolf is now entering level 9, and he's just entered the staircase, which is the normal path that you take to get to Ganon. So, Game Show fans, I've got a little something I want to say here.
All right, go for it.
You got it. In a moment, a level that intrigued the community. In a moment, the level that turns randomizers upside down. In a moment, level 9. And now our monster who will guide us through the next 30 minutes of level 9, Petra Wayne!
I love that introduction,
And
Lost.
there he is, Petra 1.
Yep. There's 3 Patras that the runners are going to go by on their way to Ganon. It looks like Seawolf's actually going to take down this one as opposed to skipping him.
I don't blame him. He doesn't have that much health, and he gets the other candle, so that's where the red candle is going to be for Seawolf.
Oh, and going outside the closet to the dream. Yep.
Ooh, getting a fairy drop from that. That must have been the 16 count, because that came off an orange Wizrobe. Wow.
Interesting. Well, he's definitely holding his own against the blue Wizrobes there, and especially not having
yes.
the magical sword that most runners do going through level 9. That's really impressive.
Yeah, because you need 5 hits to take down the blue Wizrobes instead of the normal 3. Skybilz, unfortunately, 27 rupees short of purchasing that bomb upgrade. Now, the good news for Seawolf is, because he's already got the silver arrows, he doesn't have to go through that reverse C and all those Wizrobe rooms. He can just take care of the Patra and go straight north en route to Ganon's room.
Exactly. So it looks like Sky is now going to be going into the upper part of level 7. Dave looks like he's leading 7 now that he got the silvers and is in go mode now.
Seawolf getting the Patra skip without taking damage. A phenomenal work with his combat today. Holy smokes. So, well, that's the wrong room to bomb in. I think you need to go one more room to the north.
Yeah, and you have to be very careful you don't miss your turn to the left here that Seawolf's making. Otherwise, you can go through a one-way room and have to do most of level 9 all over again.
By the way, Seawolf actually does have the blue ring because he only took 1 heart of damage from that blue Wizrobe beam, so he does actually have double defense.
Yep. And it looks like Skybilz just picked up her silver arrows and is going to be following to level 9 very shortly, I believe.
Absolutely, indeed. So, Skybilz, with her combat and her abilities here, looks like she is going to finish in 2nd place in this race, unless Patra 3 and Ganon have something to say about it against Seawolf.
Well, I don't know. Dave just went into level 9 himself, so she has a little bit of catching up to do as well. But there's
wow, PanzerDave made up a lot of ground. Holy smokes, he came out of nowhere there.
Yeah, I think he just grabbed that arrow and then skedaddled out of level 7.
Wow, that surprise that got to me. I mean, I was looking at his Triforce count. I mean, Skybilz had him the whole way, but all of a sudden, PanzerDave turning on the afterburners. Now he's in position to finish in 2nd place right now. And I'll tell you what, very solid combat against that Patra 3 for Seawolf. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon.
Now, Ganon will take 8 hits from the white sword from Seawolf. Seawolf is going to do some safer strats by hanging out mostly in the lower left-hand corner and getting a stun lock.
6, 7, 8. Down goes Ganon. He's going to fill up on the potion anyway. I think he wanted the silver arrows, but no matter. Down goes the pig. We've got Bacon. He gets the Triforce of Power. And get your GGs out for the Seawolf1. He takes this race here today at Power Up with Pride. Well done.
Oh, who is that Link is rescuing there?
That looks like a Luigi to me. Thanks, Link. You're cute. Want to cuddle? By the way, that's Mama Luigi to you.
Yes, exactly, Loz.
Wow. Tell you what, Seawolf played extremely well today. I mean, he only had one of the rings, he only had one of the sword upgrades, but his level 9 was spot on with as little health as he had. He played tremendously, deserved this victory.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And looks like Dave is not too far behind, already going through to past Patra 2 and will be only just a couple of rooms and stairways away.
Absolutely. Only 2 deaths on Seawolf's ledger today, so very well played. Very, very well played.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice Seawolf's file names before. It looks like Temu's going to Kuleg.
Yep, I think we saw 3 of the 4 contestants have Temmie somewhere in their file name. So, yes.
So you should probably let the folks organizing the comms know if the runners who finish want to come in to say some words about the race. By all means, they can join. Obviously, any interview is optional. But speaking of that, it looks like Dave is going to be going into Ganon. So, Laws?
One more time. Here's Ganon. And just like everybody else, we are needing 8 hits to take down the beast. Got to be careful of those high roll drivers. Don't want to get hugged by Ganon here, but he's got the stun lock. 5, 6, 7, 8. Down goes the pig one more time, and PanzerDave will be our second place finisher here in the item randomizer competition. Get your GGs out for PanzerDave.
Uh-oh, looks like Skybilz is a little bit lost. I know she's not quite as familiar with the vanilla route, but now is taking the right turn to go over to Patra 2.
By the way, we've got a blue Mario, so I guess that might be Waluigi?
Waluigi?
Yes. I was waiting for you to say that.
With apologies to anyone who doesn't like that, who may be restreaming.
Right. The old meme from, what was it, AGDQ or SGDQ? AGDQ.
Well, at any rate, looks like Raikou, I think, is still going through level 6 in hopes for the raft. I think that's the main item that he's blocking on. And unfortunately, I can't really blame him for skipping, just the last room or 2 in level 5 after getting the Triforce. It was probably a calculated gamble, just unfortunately not the right one to make.
Yep,
and
it
that's
happens.
Cost him a lot. Yeah.
Yep, Skybilz, meanwhile, getting through this final Wizrobe Gauntlet down to 2.5 hearts, but she does have a potion in the ready just in case she needs it. And looking at the time here, unless she takes a death, looks like she's also going to finish in the sub-hour club.
Absolutely, making quick work of those Wizrobes. Sky is so skilled at combat at this game. I really wonder what she's capable of if she was able to do some vanilla. But we've been trying to get her to play for a while.
She easily sub 30. Easily sub 30. There's no question in my mind that if Skybilz were to run this game, she could easily get a sub 30 with her combat skills, with her knowledge of the game. Easily sub 30.
Yeah. And we'll be going up against Patra 3 right now, using both the sword and wand together to inflict the maximum amount of damage she can. And Laz, take it away.
All right, and for the third time, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Again, we need 8 hits to get some more bacon on the board here. Hyrule Driver will cost 2 hearts. Here we go. There's 3. Nope, just missed the stun lock there. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the stun lock. Down goes Ganon. We've got another Triforce of Power, and we've got more crispy bacon here. So get your GGs out for Skybilz. She is going to be our 3rd place finisher here in the item randomizer race, and also getting a sub hour.
Yep. And Raikou is just about to get the bad news about why he didn't finish sooner than he did because of the raft. I think it was either Dig Dogger had the raft, or is it the Triforce room?
It's in the Triforce room. You have to get past this Dig Dogger in order to get the raft. He's going to find it right about now, and he's probably going to face palm. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate when you're, playing so well, but just make one gamble that's totally reasonable to take, but just is not the right one, unfortunately.
Yep, so Raikou actually only needs one more Triforce piece. The only Triforce piece he needs to get into level 9 is the one from level 4. He has everything else he needs.
Was the one in level 6 bow block, though? Oh, no, he does have the one in 6. Okay.
Yeah, he paused the screen, and I saw that he only had one fragment to go.
Ah, I see. I see.
So Raikou just needs to
Gotcha.
find the Triforce. Again, the Triforce is located where the ladder normally is, behind that staircase. But not after the take that way. First, he's going to go into this room that normally has a key.
Now, fortunately, if I remember correctly, the Triforce is in the breakfast room, actually.
That's correct. Like I said, where the ladder normally is in Vanilla Play. So yeah, once he gets through the breakfast room, he's going to get his Triforce, and he'll be all set to go.
Right. So he won't be getting the sword upgrade by Gleeok, most likely, because as soon as he gets that Triforce, he's going to skedaddle and go to level 9,
Ooh.
most likely.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's just like any other randomizer run. Magic Sword's overrated, Tetra.
So, by the way, as Raikou finishes getting that last Triforce from level 4, if anyone has questions about the randomizer or wants to know more about it, I'm definitely happy to answer questions in chat if I see them. The other thing to point out is that if you're interested in getting into Zelda 1 randomizer yourself, one of our community members, Meg McAttack, actually runs a weekly Sunday race. Obviously not today, since this is the Power Up with Pride is during our regular race time, but you can definitely get involved and start racing it yourself. We usually do beginner-friendly flag settings, so feel free to reach out if you're interested in playing yourself.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun. I've done a few Zelda randomizer runs of my own. They are a lot of fun to do. I don't really take them seriously. My goal is just to have fun. You know, you have a good time with a lot of your friends.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely room in the community for both folks who want to play randomizers casually and just for fun, or if who want to really, take them more seriously and competitively.
Oh, yes, indeed. So now Raikou has everything he needs to make his play into level 9, and he's got a lot more health than the rest of these runners do. And again, I do believe he has a ring. Again with the graphic situation, but hey, he has the red ring because he only took a half a heart damage on that Lionel beam, so he actually has the red ring.
Ah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. And
Absolutely.
yeah, the issue for anyone who's curious is that when I did the change to actually make the items progressive, it didn't wind up the setting I had to change in order to do that actually changed the code that updates the tunic colors as well. So at some point I need to go through and figure out exactly how to change it so that when it does progressive updates, it'll also update the tunic color after every update.
Tetra, I have great confidence that you'll be able to figure that out. You're a really, really good programmer.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Well,
very
I do.
welcome.
Yeah, well, I do also want to give some shout outs to folks who have helped do testing for the randomizer. Raikou and Dave both found bugs themselves, as well as Fiskbit, who helped me do a lot of the coding needed to get progressive upgrades and figure out a couple of the other nuances of the game.
Yes, indeedy. And of course, don't forget, Tetra is also the creator of the Super Mario Brothers 2 randomizer.
Absolutely. Um, Oh, the other folks who I want to be giving credit for are some of the folks who have submitted suggestions for the hints or suggestions that whatchamacallit, quotes from the game. So want to give shout outs to Poplars, Moonlit System, and Leggy Starscream for all giving suggestions for the text.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so RaikouRider is still going through level 9, and at this point, it's really just following the vanilla path, except for not getting the silver arrows.
Yeah, that's quite the blessing that you don't have to go through all those required wizrobe rooms to get to the silver arrows. That's a lot of riffraff that you're skipping.
Oh, one other correction I just saw from chat. Meg Attack actually isn't running any more Sunday races after the end of the year, but if folks are still interested in racing them, you can still organize them on your own. The randomizer is available at z1r.tetra.ly and will be there for everyone to use.
Ooh, Raikou getting a beam to the back there, so he's down to his last heart and a half. Gonna really have to step up his combat against Patra 3 and Ganon.
Fortunately, he flashed a blue potion in his B button menu, so we'll at least have some backup health if need be.
Absolutely. And with the red ring, a Hyrule driver is going to cost him 1 heart. And now,
Ooh.
one more hit and he's down
Yeah.
for the count. You better, don't take any chances, Raikou. Drink that Pepsi. All right. And for the final time, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. 8 more hits, and we've got 1 more supply of bacon.
Oh, look at
There's
that
3,
stun lock. Almost a
4,
perfect fight.
5,
Wow.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, perfect fight for
Nice.
Raikou. That was immaculate. So get your
Nice.
GGs out for RaikouRider. He will finish off this race with a very respectable time, just over the 67-minute mark. Give it up for all 4 runners today. They were fantastic.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, so unfortunate what happened to Raikou just get me taking the exact wrong gamble and having to basically full clear the entire seed as a result of that one gamble. But other than that, really all 4 of these runners gave it their most and had a really great race for us. So please give all 4 of them a follow and thanks to all of them for putting on such a good show at Power Up with Pride.
Absolutely. If you've enjoyed a Zelda Randomizer, stay tuned. We've got a lot more fun with Zelda. Our Zelda block here at Power Up with Pride just getting started, because coming up next, Link to the Past Randomizer. It should be very exciting, Tetra.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see those new sprites. And I hear one of them is a character from Deltarune. So love that game. So I'm really looking forward to this. Stay tuned, everyone. You're going to really want to see the rest of it. And thank you again for everyone from Power Up Pride for putting this on and having us and giving me the chance to feature my randomizer.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun, Tetra, and a lot of fun doing commentary with you. I look forward to do this again and a future Power Up with Pride.
Absolutely. Thanks again. And I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up.
All right. Stay tuned. We will be right back.